Hi, everyone. It's Emil. It's Emil Guillermo. Emil Amok to you. I'm getting excited because my show at the SF Solo Fest, which is there's a lot of festivals now. Don't be confused now. This is the Solo Fest. It's out on Potrero Hill. Let me get my card here. It's at Playground dash SF backslash Solo Fest. It's at the Potrero Stage, 1695 18th Street on Potrero Hill on the 17th at 7 p.m., January 26th at 8:30 p.m., the 2nd at 8:30 p.m., the 7th at 2:30 p.m. Hey, there's lots of things to say. Lots of 4 times you can miss my show. 69 Emil Amok 69. It's the same backwards and forwards because it's 69. It people liked it when I've done versions of the show, and of course, the great thing is you should see all 4 shows because it's free. I said free with donation. Go to playground-sf.org SoloFest and find out how they're free, and you can go here and get the QR code. See there, I'm modern. You can QR my face there. Can you do that? QR my face and go to the ticket page. It's free with donation, and you don't even have to be there in person. You can just stream it from wherever you are, Texas, Hollywood, New York, LA, wherever, Hawaii. Just come stream the show, right? And what is the show about, Emil? It's about the most important story of our time. It's about what's happening now in our democracy. I mean, I could do Hamlet. Hamlet was the king of Denmark, and they're in control of Greenland. And so maybe Hamlet has something to say about how they're going to defend Greenland. But which means Donald Trump should just go in and take it, I guess, huh? But check it out. It's really it's how I deal with the current crisis. It's a crisis, isn't it? I mean, we talked about constitutional crisis. No, we have a democracy crisis. We have a leadership crisis because everyone is deferring to a man who is essentially running the nation like a talk show. He's running the nation like I know this because I was a talk show host. I know how to run a nation like you want to see the phone lines lit up, then you'll say something like, oh, we're going to take over Greenland, and then the phone lines lit up, or we're going to have an insurrection and the phone lines lit. I know, I was a talk show host. A journalist. Well, I was a journalist and then became talk show host. But this is how the country is being run now. And I talk about it on my show, Emil Amok 69 or 69 Emil Amok. I mean, like I said, same backwards and forwards. It's January 17th, this Saturday, 7 p.m. The 26th at 8:30, February 2nd at 8:30, and February 7th at 2:30 p.m. And I know you're saying, oh, come on, Emil, I'm a 49er fan. I gotta watch football. Okay, well, you can buy the live stream and then pick it up on demand later. That's an idea. You don't have to be there live with me. Although if you're live, you're close enough so I can actually expectorate on you. Is that a word? Can I expect? Would you like to be expectorated upon? Playground-SF/SoloFest at Potrero Stage, 18 or 1695, or is that 95? It's on 18th Street. Check it out and get your tickets here. QR code. It's a fun time. It is the story of our lives. I was thinking about that today. They mentioned the Insurrection Act for things that were happening last night in Minnesota. They fired upon, or someone fired upon an ICE agent, or an ICE agent fired upon. Who knows what happened? It's so chaotic right now. The fact is, there should be no guns. Everything should be peaceful. If you're demonstrating, be peaceful. If you're an ICE agent, be humane. Don't escalate things, but we're escalating things all the time. I want to talk about just the finger guy. Yesterday's finger, TJ Sabula, he's raised almost $1 million, and he's suspending it because he says, look, I'm getting the backing by the union. They're not firing me. And I think they're going to figure out how to start a foundation and use the money. But he's saying any more donations, keep them, use them in your communities. But the fact is, there are people who are willing to give money to the finger guy because that's how they feel. Because when the finger guy yells out, pedophile protector to the president of the United States, and the president of the United States gives the finger to an American citizen, that's not the way this country is supposed to work. And I saw that. I saw the White House's response when Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, is out there today, and she was really just teeing off on anyone who has any kind of leftist sensibility. Is that a correct term? I'll get to that in a second. But the press conference was a long one, and one of the first questions was, does this administration believe that the reporter at the Washington Post or any reporter has a right to publish classified information under certain circumstances? It's not illegal to have the documents, and not even illegal to publish them, but it's the leaker, right? The leaker is the person who, will face the consequences. But the leaker is a patriot. The leaker makes the news real. News is not real unless you have stuff that is leaked upon you, because that's the news that no one wants to know, and that's the news the public needs to know. That is the news that's the most valuable, the news that the public needs to know. And they're saying that's wrong. Let's arrest. Oh, well, let's go raid the house of the reporter from the Washington Post, and they've arrested the leaker. And Caroline Leavitt at this press conference said, I think that we do not believe that individuals who have been given the privilege of holding a top secret clearance should be illegally leaking that classified information. And I know that the American people agree with that. And I think that it's a basic tenet of journalistic integrity not to publish information that could directly endanger the operational security of the brave men and women who are serving the country in uniform. That's where she gets wrong. The leaker has a right because the people making decisions are the ones endangering the men and women in uniform. The public needs to know. That's how the press conference, when I picked it up, that's how it began. But you see, already, well, she's going to defend the administration. The leaker. We need news leaked upon. We need reporters leaked upon, because then you've got real news. Then you have information really worth talking about. That's the stuff of patriotism. Releasing information that people don't want the public to know. The public needs to know it. That's a basic tenet of journalism. Everything else is just advertising and PR, unfortunately. But that's how the news works. Okay, then a couple other questions came up, and Leavitt was really kind of nasty. And someone asked her about the coverage and the images that are being put out about the incidents last night in Minnesota. She says, if you look at some of the images out of Minneapolis last night, look at this vehicle. Look at what it says. It says F ICE. You have these individuals who are putting their middle finger proudly. So at the camera, another ICE individual vehicle that was vandalized last night by these left-wing agitators. People don't do this without encouragement from people in power who make them feel like it's okay. Was she not talking about President Trump and what he did to TJ Sabula? When President Trump opened up that dialogue, TJ Sabula said, hey, pedophile protector, and Donald Trump put out his middle finger. I'm just wagging my index finger, but he was wagging a different finger. He was giving permission, and Caroline Leavitt says, hey, people don't do this without encouragement from people in power who make them feel like it's okay. Yes, Donald Trump has made it feel okay. He is bringing down this country. The press secretary got that right. So then another question came up, and it was really, really, it brought out the venom in Caroline Leavitt. One of the guys asked a follow-up on one of my colleagues who asked you about the president's interview with lawyers. You said that he was joking about canceling the elections, but Americans for generations have thought you died for democracy, for this democracy. Are you saying that the president finds the idea of canceling elections funny? And boy, Caroline Leavitt let him have it. You know, you weren't in the room. You weren't. I was in the room. I heard the conversation, and only someone like you would take that so seriously and pose it as a question that way. Well, funny. He's asking a question. If the president said it was a joke, is that funny? Does he? All she had to do is say, no, it was a joke. That's what a press secretary would say. I know I was one. But a press secretary who is really a junior politician looking to, she's actually a failed politician. She ran for office, I believe, in New Hampshire and lost. Well, she was out there trying to get at the reporter. And that's not all. There was another guy. She said, the question was, why was Renee Good tragically killed? And she said, are you asking me my opinion because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed? Was it unjustified? Okay, so she attacked the reporter. Okay, so you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion. What do you want me to do? Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. She used that word. You're not a reporter. You're passing in this room as a journalist. Oh, like all the other Fox guys and all the other, junior reporters from websites out there, right-wing websites, who send you softballs so you can hit it out of the park. She says, you and the people in the media have such biases, but fake, like you're a journalist. You shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. You're just pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist, and the question that you just raised and your answer proves you're biased. You should be reporting the facts. Man, come on, Caroline, you're pregnant. Calm down. You don't want to have a miscarriage of justice. I mean, it was quite a press conference where we learned a lot about her, about the administration, where we are now. Donald Trump really doesn't know much. I mean, when you think about Iran, when you think about all the things that are happening, like the Iranian protesters, he said, we're behind you. Today, we're not behind you. Why? Because people said, hey, Mr. President, you can't say we're going to go after Iran because it's not going to be like Venezuela. It's just not going to be that way. So this is the America we're in. And it's not a pretty America. We got, because of last night, of course, the president talks about insurrection. Because why? Because he's running the country like it's a talk show. It's not a talk show. The country is the country. It's not even a company. If he's running it like a company, well, you saw some of the numbers. I mean, people think there's an affordability crisis. But also, because of the tariffs I paid on my Chinese goods that I bought, China had the largest surplus ever in the history of the world this last period. Like $1 trillion. And now Donald Trump's playing catch up. He's saying, okay, I'm going to cap credit card debt. I'm going to make it everything affordable. I'm going to try to make things affordable, even though affordability is a fake Democrat word. I think he's just he's just running it like a talk show. And I was reading something the other day where one of his cronies is saying, hey, we really need Greenland. And then so Donald Trump is saying, hey, we're going to get Greenland, whether you like it or not, Greenland. And why? Because one of his cronies said, hey, I have business in Greenland. Let me do some deals. And he's enabling his friends to do deals in Greenland. Oh, man, this is our country. So, the insurrection, it's a domestic policy. I bring up insurrection because the real insurrectionists are the people who lead rebellions against the dominant force. Go back to 1899, the Filipinos were insurrectionists. That the Insurrection Act was around, but the Insurrection Act is a domestic policy. The real insurrectionists in the Philippines were protesting the takeover of a sovereign nation by the United States, the Philippines. The Philippines stood up. They're the real insurrectionists, and they deserved to win, but they lost. But we get all this talk about insurrection now. And for what? I don't know. Because it shows the get tough guy getting tough. All right, a couple more things. The White House putting out stuff. This actually is a real press release from the White House. Mass deportations are improving Americans' quality of life. That's what they say. Mass deportations. How does that work? And this is the lead. In just 1 year, Donald Trump's ironclad commitment to securing our border and enforcing our nation's laws is liberating Americans from the crushing burden of unchecked illegal immigration. And look, mass deportations equal lower housing costs. What? In 14 of the top 20 metro areas with the largest illegal migrant populations, home list prices declined year over year in December. You want to brag about that? Don't we want to see housing prices go up? The reason why housing costs are high is because the interest rates are high. What are you going to do about that? Oh, well, we're going to get Jerome Powell. No, you can't get Jerome Powell. You need an independent Fed. So all this talk, this is like reverse sycophancy now, right? I mean, people are sycophants to Donald Trump and they say the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. President, you do not have a small penis. That according to South Park, that is the sycophant's pledge. But now he's doing reverse sycophancy on the people. Hey, we're lowering the housing prices. Hey, and then he added this thing. We're gonna cap credit card debt. Oh, we're gonna give you a health care plan that it may not be better than ACA or Obamacare, but it's my plan. It's my plan. I gave it to you. Anyway, it's really getting ridiculous what they're saying. And the thing about what they're saying is they want 100,000 deportations. They want 100,000 mass deportations. How are they going to get to that number without getting all of us brown people? I mean, it's true. Without getting all of us brown people, they got 45 million people from a foreign country living in the United States of various status. You get rid of all of them, And then you add everyone who's been naturalized. If you want to get to 100 million, you got to get 50 million somewhere. To get all those who are naturalized, make some kind of false claim, get rid of all of them. And that includes people who, by the 14th Amendment, by the Constitution, by birthright citizenship, their parents might have green cards. They were born in America. They're citizens. Oh, just do away with all that. That's how you get to 100 million. That includes me. Hey, don't I sound wide enough? So that's where the world is heading. That's why I'm doing my show. I'm doing my show, Emil Amok, 69 Emil Amok, January 17th. Oh, and look, if you're a 49er fan or a Seattle Seahawks fan, just buy the live stream and then you can get it on demand. See it later. Once your team wins or loses, you'll be in a better mood. January 17th, 7 p.m., January 26th, 8:30 p.m., February 2nd, 8:30 p.m., February 7th, 2:30 p.m. Count them, 4 chances to miss my show. Go to playground-sf.org/solofest and go look for 69 Emil Amok. And this is the show of our times. It's the show of our lives. Really, it is. How do we deal with it? I'll share some ways. All good ways. All good ways. All good ways. But check it out. Hey, that's it for our show. You know, I'll try to come back tomorrow, or I might just play this again. But, you know, here's the thing. I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for checking out this show, this YouTube thing, this secret podcast. I put it out there so you can watch it. Facebook, Twitter, X. Man, that Musk, he was something. He said, if white men become the minority, we're going to get slaughtered. He put out this, he retweeted this. He said, that's why the only answer is white solidarity. White solidarity. Where does that leave people who just sound white? So check out the show, Emil Amok's Takeout. There's a QR code. Good, QR code. January 17th, 7 p.m. The 26th, 8:30 p.m. The 2nd, 8:30 p.m. The 7th at 2:30 p.m. Playground-SF/SoloFest. And, you know, here's the thing. I'm also going to be in New York on the 23rd through 25th. I'm going to go to New York. I'm going to New York because I'm in a staged reading of the Amanuensis. It's going to be at the, I believe it's the Firestone Gallery in New York City. Check it out. And that's on Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. Check my amok.com website. I'll put an update there. But I believe it's going to be in the evening, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Firestone Gallery. Should be fun. All right. Loving kindness. I was watching, I guess it was Anderson Cooper, right? He talked about these Buddhist monks who are on a journey. He mentioned loving kindness. And I like to close with loving kindness because I've got some gurus that I revere. They've helped me. And so, as I wish for me, I wish for you. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Emil Guillermo here. Hey, till next time. Mahal.